In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an Eliza AI agent with the AgentKit plugin. If you aren't already aware, AI16Z is the top AI agent framework, and AgentKit is the best tool set for giving agents a personal wallet. And so after a lot of work, I opened up a pull request this week. Yesterday, I finally merged it in. There was a lot of back and forth on the code review with CodeRabbit and WTF-SIO, but finally we got it merged in yesterday, just about 12 hours ago, I believe. And so what we're going to do in today's video is we're going to show you how you can use the top AI agent framework, aka Eliza by AI16Z, with the top toolkit for agents to have a personal wallet, aka AgentKit. And we're just going to go through the normal getting started instructions. I'm going to assume you've never used Eliza before, and I'm going to talk you through how you can set it up and connect the top two tools that we have as builders for building AI agents and show you how to use it. The steps we're going to go through are: 1, we'll clone the repository locally for Eliza. Step 2, we'll run Eliza locally. Step 3, we'll customize the personality of Eliza based off of the persona or the personality we're trying to create. And finally, I'm going to open up a new pull request into Eliza, and so I'll show you what it's like to open up a pull request into the Eliza repo, so that the pull request I'm going to open is adding AgentKit to the default set of plugins you get. You'll see in the video why we need to do that, but that's what we're going to do. So without further ado, let's get started by cloning. So the first step is if you just run a Google search for Eliza OS, the first result will be elizaos.ai. This is the main website to get connected with the AI16Z ecosystem as well as the Eliza ecosystem. We are interested in the framework, so we'll go to the framework. And from here, you can scroll down and see the official GitHub. And now we will clone. Well, let's show you where the package is. So I've heard some people on Twitter say they weren't able to find the plugin inside of the packages. So if you just go to the main official Eliza repo, go into the packages directory, scroll down in alphabetical order to plug in AgentKit. And here's the plugin. I've got a README to make it simple, and the plugin itself is very simple. So if you weren't able to find it, this is exactly where the plugin is. Let's take a step back and continue with our step of cloning. So click the code button, copy the URL. Now we need a terminal. I'm inside of my projects folder. I make a base folder so that I can keep my projects that are associated with base. And from here, we run git clone and paste the URL that you've copied. This is going to clone Eliza locally. It's a big repository, so you're going to see one trend throughout this video is to install, to build takes a while because it's a big repository. Now that we have cloned it, we can see it by running ls. We see that we have Eliza, so we can run cd or change directory into Eliza. From here, I'm going to run cursor./ which is going to open up the current directory, aka Eliza, inside of cursor. And Cursor is an AI IDE, aka it's a place where I can write my code. And I also have this chat that is able to know everything about the code base. And so the first thing I can do is I can come over to agent and I can just ask the agent, how can I run this repo locally? Make sure that you flip it over to agent mode in the composer tab if you have not already, and then just run that. It says it's not indexed. It's going to be indexing. Now it's going to search the code base and it's going to tell you everything you need to know about it. So in the past as a coder, I might have needed to go in here, look at the directory, start to figure out what's going on. But now I can just ask a question and it'll tell me exactly where I need to look. If I want more info, I can go to the README. The README is somewhere in here. There's the README. So inside of this README, it's got all the instructions, but this is even a little overwhelming, but I can see copy the environment variable, run pm/pmi, build and start. It's telling me to do the same thing. And we can also start a default character. So let's get started just by following the instructions here in the README. They're the same as on the right, but I'm going to follow the official ones just to make sure that we don't skip anything. From here, we'll copy those environment variables, open up a terminal with control and then the tilde. We'll paste the command. And what that did is that just created a .env file. And in here, I can start to put all of my environment variables I might need. Let's keep moving through without adding any environment variables. So now we run pm/pmi to install all the packages. This is again going to take a while because there's a lot of packages in all of the plugins. And then we have to build the repo, which is going to build all of the plugins. So it's a double-edged sword, the plugins. On the one side, you have plugins for anything you can do on the internet, from posting on Twitter or generating a video or sending a message on WhatsApp, or even doing things on chain on Solana or on Base, even doing things like GitHub and reviewing and generating GIFs. Anything that you can think of, there is already a plugin to give an agent the power to be a part of your team with whatever the online tools are that you're already using. The downside of having all those tools are that you have to build them, you have to install them, and so it slows down your build process a little bit. It adds size to your repository. 90% of these you're probably not going to use, and so there's a trade-off between using this and having access to the top tools that an AI agent can have versus understanding it, taking those tools out and maintaining a smaller, more refined version of this that you can use. And so what I recommend most people do is start with Eliza, clone Eliza, run it locally so that you can see what the top tier agent looks like. And so you can start to play around with customizing some of the plugins and get a feel for it. Once you start to get to the point where you say, it does this, but I want it to actually do something different, and you start seeing your vision starts to differ from the capabilities of the Eliza framework, at that point, I recommend either fork it or just start with a brand new project, pull out the things from Eliza that you liked, but run your own more minimal version that you can iterate on faster. And then just make sure that you keep checking into Eliza for any new updates that you might want to take advantage of that might not be included in the original fork that you did, because this repository is changing incredibly quickly. You can see that 10 minutes ago, a new package was added. 6 hours ago, like the oldest file that was changed in here was last month. But most of the files in here were changed on the order of minutes or hours or days, which means that this is a very, very active repository, which is, again, one of the benefits of it. It's constantly being improved. And so if you want to keep your eye on where the state of AI agents are and what is currently offered, I highly recommend checking out Eliza because it has the most contributions out of any of the AI agent frameworks that exist today. That could change 3 or 6 months from now, but today at time of recording, Eliza has the most contributors, has the most plugins, has the most vibrant developer ecosystem, and has the most spin-off projects that have been created as agents that are actually out living in the wild and interacting among us. While we're waiting for this, I could start to set up the environment variables I'm going to need. Instead of just waiting, I think we'll set up the environment variables that are going to be needed. Let's do that. Okay. So the first place I'm going to go is inside of plugins AgentKit, inside of the README. It's going to tell us the environment variables we need. We need a key name and a private key. So we'll copy both of these and go into the environment. Do we already have these in here? We do. I've already listed these. And so now we need the API key name. And I'm just going to verify that I gave both of these the correct name. The other one's private key. Go into my local environment variable. I've named them correctly. Let's open up a browser tab and go to cdp.coinbase.com. It's going to take us to the Coinbase developer platform, a great set of tools for people that are building on Base to be able to leverage blockchain technology without having to set up a whole lot of RPCs, paymasters, faucets. The Coinbase developer platform makes it easy for me and free. I never have to pay for anything on CDP. So one of the great things you get by building on Base and inside of the Base ecosystem. Go to your API keys, and I'll create a new key called Eliza, and I'm just going to add the flag of delete so that I remember that I'm sharing this publicly, and I'm going to want to make sure to delete it after. But for now, I just want to show everybody how I'm able to fully set up Eliza locally with AgentKit by Coinbase. This first API key name, click the copy button, paste that in the API key name, and then the private key is the secret, so copy the secret, paste the secret, and that's all we should need to do to set it up. And then, yeah, we need to make sure that the AI16Z plugin AgentKit is being used. And this needs to be updated to say Eliza OS as well. So let me start taking some notes of the things I'm going to want to update in the pull request. So the README package name needs updated. I actually don't think we can custom configure the network. I think I've hard coded this. So let me make a note. Network needs to be configurable. And the other part that I would like to add is default plugin. I want to make AgentKit a default plugin because right now you have to go in and manually modify the agent, which adds a little bit of friction to your setup. So I want to make that a default plugin. We finally finished installing our packages. Let's go back to the top level README. Now we build. So now that we've installed our packages, let's build the Eliza project. And after that, we can finally start the Eliza repo. If you're watching this stream and you have questions on how you can use Eliza, whether you're a musician with no coding experience or you're a professional software engineer and this is your first time dealing with an agent or you're all the way down and you still have advanced questions, reply to this stream. I'm watching the comments right now live, and if you ask it while we're streaming live, I'll be able to answer it live and to potentially help other people who have the same question as you. And if you leave the comment after the live stream has ended, I might go back and check, but the highest probability that I'm going to answer is if you leave a comment, ask a question. If you want me to throw in a different plugin, let me know. I would like to try to make these live streams a little bit more interactive. And so if you have any thoughts, I am the creator of the AgentKit plugin. I'm showing you how to use that plugin. And so if you want any side paths, any side quests, tributaries for me to go down that would better help you get value out of watching the stream, please let me know. That's one of the values we get out of streaming is you can leave a comment directly on the live stream. I'll see it. I'll highlight you to give you more visibility, and then I'll be able to respond directly live. But if you don't feel like asking it now, I'm also organizing live streams where we co-promote with other creators. And so I'm going to be hopping on some live streams next week with musicians and other creators where they drive the keyboard and I just watch. And so if you're a musician and this still feels too technical for you, I recommend tuning in next week where we're going to have some musicians with less technical experience show how to do the same thing, but from their perspective and their current level of expertise, instead of me I do this on a daily. And so if it feels like I'm running fast, it's not intentional. It's just, I have a goal, I know where I need to go, and I don't necessarily, our brains don't think, none of our brains think the same way. And so one of the goals I want to have with bringing on other people is so that, one, I can understand how other musicians are thinking about this so that I can update my vocabulary. And two, to help other musicians be able to code on their own and maintain their technology on their own, because I only have 24 hours in a day and I'm very happy with the projects that I have. And so I don't really have a willingness to take on new small projects. But if I can help other developers learn how to code on their own, they get to maintain more sovereignty. They have less dependence on an external coder. They can then run faster and have more control of that vision while expanding their own idea as a creator and what they are capable of doing with their ideas. Which ultimately, if they do need a developer, will better prepare them to bring an application into a meeting with a developer that is already a prototype, to give the developer the foundation to expand what you've already built. Again, the overall goal is empowering musicians to be able to stay independent and to help musicians get paid. So keeping a smaller team allows the musicians to keep more revenue for themselves, and learning how to code allows musicians to better iterate on their ideas without feeling like they need to be dependent or wait on an external developer or source of funding in order to bring their ideas to life. I have not done any coding so far. All that I've done is type in human readable English and copy and paste the things that the AI is telling me to do. Had to put no thought in. I've just been yapping about other stuff the whole time and occasionally checking in with what the AI is telling me to do and following what it's telling me to do. Here's an example of someone leaving a comment. Yoshiro is someone I'm hopefully going to be talking with next week. Yoshiro is an example of a musician who's based in Colombia, who has been trying to use Cursor and they've been hitting some roadblocks. And so if you're that same type of case and you've been trying to download Cursor, you've been watching my videos, my streams, and you still are having challenges with bringing your vision to life with whatever you're building, reply to the stream. Let me know what your challenges are. If you're interested in building, send me a DM. That way we can set up a call so that I can get on more streams like this, where it's not just me yapping, but we can highlight the musician, what they're working on, what the problems are that they're facing, how they think and how they use these tools to keep the flywheel going of musicians building awesome tech that is changing the industry that they are so disillusioned by, helping musicians get paid. You can already start to see how long this is taking. This has been 20 minutes into the live stream, and we're still just trying to set it up locally. This is a very slow build, again, because it's such a large repository. And so we're going to go through it today because the Coinbase team asked me to create a video showing how to use AgentKit with Eliza. And so this live stream is the raw form of that. But in my own professional work, in my personal projects, I am not actively building on Eliza. I take the plugins from Eliza and I put them into my own standalone agent, because this build time is just ludicrous. As a dev, we want to shorten the time between I have an idea and I see it in front of me. And if I have to wait 18, 20 minutes between I have an idea, I built it, now I wait for the actual application to build for me to be able to see it, that iteration process is not scalable for an individual or for an entire team of devs, which is why my personal practice is not being built inside of Eliza, but I do use Eliza to stay up to date with what the latest set of plugins are, as well as what the top tier design of an agent is. So the two places that I look in here when I'm trying to see what's new is I'll open up the packages folder. Inside of the packages folder is where all the plugins are. And so let's just ask, I am a musician. What plugins in the drag and drop the packages folder, in the packages directory, do you recommend I use to build an agent to help me help me with what? So this is where you would fill it in with your specific use case as a musician. What is it you're trying to do? Do you want it to reply to you on social media and act like a fan? Do you want it to take your place on social media and talk? Do you want it to be someone that is minting all of your drops? Do you want it to help me send WhatsApp messages to, I don't want to be too specific with specifically what I want, but I want to give it a high level goal. What plugins in the packages directory do you recommend I use to build an agent to help me, I'll keep it very generic, be a better musician in today's market? Let's just see what it tells us and if it takes any steps to help implement those changes. So it recommends Twitter, it recommends Instagram, it recommends Discord. I didn't even know that they had an Instagram already. They do have an Instagram. They also have Farcaster, they have Discord. Wow. I don't see a TikTok in here yet, but I do see Slack. And then Lens. So they recommend using Discord, Instagram, and Twitter, and then Lens, and then use image generation to create visuals for my music releases for social media. Use the video generation to create music videos of my music. Use the Giphy plugin to create GIFs of my music. Use the text to speech so that I can create some vocal experiments of my promotional content. Maybe I make a video and then use text to speech to do some audio behind that video. And then it talks about Web3 and music NFTs. I didn't even mention on-chain, and it's giving me recommendations for creating some music collections, to create and manage NFTs. Use the Third Web plugin for launching NFTs. Use the Solana plugin for monetization on Solana. It's even recommending use both Solana and EVM so you get maximum distribution across both Ethereum and Solana. They have market research plugins. Like, I didn't even know that they had these plugins. I asked a very basic question, and it's able to tell me, here's a list of a ton of plugins. You don't even need to build it, just use the plugins. And so then you might be asking, if you're a musician, okay, this is cool, I see a list of plugins. How do I use those plugins? You use plugins by building a character. Eliza comes with a set of characters. One of my favorites is C3PO. And inside of a character file, you have a set of plugins. And so with this list, if I just want to blind accept everything that it tells me to do, I can copy these, go into the C3PO character, and then just, whoops, that's not right. Copy the plugin name, paste the plugin name, and then we just need to preface it. It's going to tell me AI16Z, but that's incorrect. It's actually Eliza OS. And then you just put all the plugins in that you want here. So we got plugins, AgentKit. Let's copy all these. And we'll do the same thing. At Eliza OS. And we can do the same thing and go down this list. And now that we finished building, what we can do is we can now run the C3PO character that already includes, I'm going to try running it without the plugins for now, just to reduce the number of errors that we're going to potentially get. So there should be a character file. Here's an example of that character file. And so we'll run pmp start characters path to character.json. I believe that path is characters/C3PO.character.json. Let's see if it works. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it doesn't crash. We've finished step one, cloned it. Now we're on step two. running the repository locally. After we run it locally, we're going to customize the personality, which is kind of what I'm doing by showing you that C3PO file. And then 4, I'm going to go into adding a new pull request with all these changes I've been talking about that I need to make. I think it's still loading. I don't think it's started yet. To begin customizing the personality, I'm going to copy C3PO as the foundation, and I'll rename this to musician. Or I'll label this fan, and I'm going to make it my fan. So far, so good. No errors. And now it's going to download stuff that I forgot to download. Getting price feeds. It's loading up all the tools that come inside of Eliza by default. Oh yeah, where are those tools being used? Inside of the agent folder, inside of SRC, there's an index.ts. And inside of here, near the bottom, there's a lot of code in here. Create agent. Here it is. No, is this it? Yeah, here it is. So here's a list of plugins. Plugins automatically get configured based off of the character that you're loading in and if environment variables are present. And so you can see most of these plugins will get used out of the box if you include the plugin and then you add in these environment variables. But if you search for AgentKit in here, AgentKit, they have the Solana AgentKit plugin, but we do not have the AgentKit plugin that I built. So my goal was to get the first pull request out, which I did. But because I started to get friction from WTF SIO in my pull request, I decided to reduce the scope of my pull request. And so I removed one of the breaking changes, which was adding AgentKit plugin directly into here, which allowed the build to pass, which allowed the code to get shipped. Now that the code's been shipped, we have momentum, and with momentum, we extend our goals to a new horizon. The new horizon I'm defining here, and so the things I'm gonna want to add will be a README, update the package name, network configurable, make it so that it doesn't default to base Spolia, but you can actually throw in any network that's supported by Coinbase developer platform, and make the plugin default, which is what I'm showing you here inside of the agent. And so if you're building an agent and you're hearing me and you're like, okay, I want to build on Eliza, but I need to fork it and build my own. This index is the brain. This is what connects it all. This is the overall running of the agent. And so you can see how large this is. This is over 1,000 lines of code just to run the agent. But most of this is a bunch of just like putting in plugins that you might not need. Like, are you using Arthera? Are you using Obsidian? Are you using Open Weather? If you're not using those, it's just taking up space and it's distracting you from what you could be looking at and focusing on to, again, iterate faster, to shorten the gap between you have an idea and you see it in front of you in the real world. Everything that is not directly related to that is a distraction and a potential to take you down a tributary instead of staying on the source. So if you want to fork Eliza and remove some of the bulk, start with SRC index and delete all these plugins that you're not using. Any of these imports or plugins that you're not using, just get rid of it. Why are we stuck here? It's saying it's at 100%, but I'm not seeing it progress. So currently I'm wondering if I should crash the server and rerun it, or if I would be more effective being patient and waiting for the build to happen. I'm going to give it another 30 seconds. If we don't see any movement in the next 30 seconds, I will crash the server and run again. We're at 30 minutes, so we'll wait till 30:30. Okay, we've waited our 30 seconds. It's not progressing. Crash. Control C. Run it again. If this doesn't work, what else could we try? There's no errors. We haven't gotten any errors yet. It just stopped progressing. Or at least it stopped giving us visual output that it was progressing. So there is always the case that it was still running and we just didn't see any output. Going to check my version of Node. It's the version it expects of 23.3. Come back to being patient and just watch the output. Just got the warning that my laptop is running low on power, even though it's plugged in. But I just bought a new cable, and it seems like that cable might not be compatible. So let me get my original cable, get myself plugged in, and then we'll answer some of the questions I see on the screen. There we go. Okay, why? We're being told that it's loaded and ready. I have a feeling I'm just not being patient. They have an SBF character. That's funny. I have had the Trump character work for me, but I've also had the C3PO character work for me. Model provider's Anthropic, but I don't have any Anthropic keys in here. Trump is using OpenAI. Okay, let's switch C3PO to use OpenAI. And let's also add in our OpenAI environment variables in case that's the reason. Okay, so let's try getting an OpenAI API key. Over here, we'll go to OpenAI, platform.openai.com. Now we go to API keys. And from here, I'm going to call this one Eliza. Delete, same name as the other one. And I actually don't want this in Recoup. I want this in my personal account. Let's call this Eliza delete. Keep it in our default project. Create the secret key. Copy this key. Add the key to OpenAI API key. And with this, we should be able to crash the server. I don't know when I need to build, so I'm going to build it again because I modified the C3PO character JSON. I don't think we actually needed to do this, but so far we have not gotten it running, and so I'm going to take a little bit more precaution and try to get it running. I have found the builds run slightly faster after the first build, so let's see if that's the case here. The first real blocker that we're hitting is that the character file is not starting up right now. We're just getting caught. We're not seeing any errors. It's just not starting. The latest change is I switched the model on C3PO, the character that I'm trying to run from Anthropic to OpenAI. And I also updated my environment variables to add in an OpenAI API key so that when OpenAI characters are used, we already have an API key that can be accessed for that character type. We've got a couple questions here. I'll highlight them briefly, but I feel like they're farming for engagement. Yeah, I see this person. They just told me to check logs. So I have a feeling you're trying to farm, so I'm not going to keep you up for too long. What are you building? Checking in. We are building an Eliza AI agent with the AgentKit plugin, making it so that you can combine the top framework for building AI agents with the top toolkit for giving AI agents a personal wallet. Right now, we're doing a demo showing how to set up from zero, how to get started with Eliza. The 4 steps that we are working through are 1, clone the repo. It's already done. Step 2, run it locally. That's the step we're on. We're trying to get it to run locally. Step 3, customize the personality. That'll be the next step that we do if we can get it to run. And step 4, we'll open up a new pull request with some of the changes that I've noticed that need to be made. Is it being built on base? Yes, we're always building on base. So if you see me building, I'm building on base. Base is building, supporting the next app that will bring 1 billion users on chain. And so knowing that they have a high likelihood of achieving that, building on base allows me to either be that application and have the first 1 billion users in an app to be connected with. If I'm not that app, I can be connected with that app and have access to the data from that application by building on the same network as that app. Or third, I could be a tool that is a part of that app that is bringing the next 1 billion users on chain. And so in any of those cases, I have high confidence that Coinbase and Base will achieve that mission. They've been a juggernaut so far. And so I always build on Base. And so even though it makes sense that you ask, are you building on Base? I always build on Base, so it doesn't necessarily need to get asked. Bringing back Yoshiro, making sure that he's getting visibility. We're just getting stuck here, and I don't know why. I don't know why we're doing this Pyth data plugin. I haven't seen this in previous runs, so let's see what this Pyth data plugin. Initializing the plugin. It's trying to load, but I don't want, why is it trying to give me this Pyth data plugin? How's it being used? I do not want this. Pyth mainnet program key, which I don't have. Let's go to the EMV file. But C3PO definitely should not be running. Let's try the Trump file. I've had the Trump file work in the past. I've also had C3PO work, but I usually use Trump out of the box because that's usually the one that they recommend. Let's see if Trump changes the running at all. And while we're doing that, I'm just curious why it's running this package. I don't have those environment variables in, and my character doesn't have any plugins. am I importing it correctly? To use a character file, what command would I run to use the character file for Trump? And I'll drag in that file just to make sure that it uses the right reference. I think someone just came to fix some stuff in my house, so I might need to end the stream now. Buen día. Ah, gracias. Eso fue arriba. En la sí. Gracias. Aún no llegó el hombre. No. Está en camino, ¿sabes? Ok. No te preocupes. Voy a preguntarle. Sí. Claro. Ok. Bueno. Gracias. Nope, the person that was supposed to be here still has not shown up, so there's nothing we got to be doing. Let's see what it's telling me. What command should I run to use the character file for Trump? The Akash one I've always seen, and that one makes sense. This is the same command I was just running, I believe. And I don't want to crash it to start over because you guys know how long it takes. Why are you saying someone? The 60-sec shorts guy is telling me to check the logs. I am looking at the logs. I'm not sure if this person knows what they're telling me or not. I've never heard of the 60-second shorts person before. But we're looking at the logs, so if you have more helpful feedback, let me know. I've got it working in my other Eliza repository. It's running, but it's not running here. And it keeps trying to run this pipe data plugin, and I don't know why. How can I remove that pipe data plugin from running? Let's manually delete it from the index for now. Well, for now, I'll just comment it out. That way we don't do too much damage. Crash. Let's build it again. Hopefully this time we do not see pipe data being loaded in. Honestly, I could get rid of, well, let's check the environment variables we have. That was another thing I wanted to do. It does not have a value, so I don't know why it ran that plugin. Let's try running start again. Oh, wait. Let's copy. Should be the same. Yeah, the commands are exactly the same. So I was already running the same command that it's recommending. What am I missing? I built the project. I installed the packages. That's all I usually do. Need to send a message to. Pronto llegará el día de mi suerte. Wallet address not provided, which makes sense because I did not. This time, it hopefully does not talk about that Python package. Please don't mention the Python package. I don't want it. I don't need it. I guess I have not asked chat yet what it recommends. I am not sure the app is running correctly. I keep getting stuck without any error messages due after 45 plus seconds of waiting. And note, terminal output. What do I? Can you help debug why the run command is getting stuck? Think step by step. So I'm not seeing that other plugin info for now, which is a positive sign, but we are still stuck here. Deprecated. Would like to copy. Create an env files with at least these minimal settings. Cache store database, server port 3000. Let's try adding those. Let's go into our environment variables file. It's already server port is set up to 3000. Where's our cache store set up? It's already set up to database. Let's try file system. No, I don't think I've ever changed it from database. Let me check my other Eliza repo to see if there's anything else that's been changed. I've got that inside of Recoup. I mean, it could very well just be running and taking a long time, and I just haven't been patient for it. So I'm going to try not to crash it unless I see a very clear signal that I ran the wrong thing. Where'd it go? Eliza. Inside of here, let's check out. I'm going to move this off screen because I'm going to show my env variables from this file. This is also the first time I'm trying to run Eliza on a live stream, so it could also very well be that, yeah, the config's the same. So I don't think that's it. Gonna let this run. Let's give it a, I don't even know how long I want to let it run for, but I would like to see if letting this run fixes, I would like to see if it just runs after giving it more time. So maybe I just read for a while. I would hate to just be sitting on a live stream reading, but goal is to get this to work so that I have a full end-to-end video that I can then clip up and give a more streamlined example. So all of this past 30 some minutes where I've been struggling to get it running, this will all get cut out in the final version. But for now, I just need to figure out why this isn't working and get it to work. While we're waiting for it over here, I'm going to try running it on my original version. Close environment variables, close others. Okay. Let's try running Eliza over here with the same command we just ran. Of come into here, pnpm start. Cannot find a package, so we run pnpm I. Let's pull the latest changes, get pull Eliza develop. Let's check if we have any unstaged changes. Get pull origin main. And then get pull Eliza develop. This is going to get us the latest changes from my fork and now the latest changes from the Eliza repo. And it looks like I've got some conflicts. So no progress on the other side. So we'll keep working through some of these conflicts. First, we've got a conflict in actions. Let's accept the incoming change. And inside of the provider, incoming change. They added type support. No, they removed type support. I had string in there and they removed the definition for string. Interesting. Okay, I guess that's fine. And what else? Conflict, and then pnpm lock. So then we need to run pnpm I. It might tell me that we need to use a frozen lock file. Yeah, it needs a frozen lock file. I wonder why it wasn't telling us to use the no frozen lock file command in this other repo, which is still stuck. I think I'm going to keep, is it fair for me to keep moving forward if we don't get it in the fresh repo? This is the same thing that was happening the last time I was trying to build on Eliza. It's like there's the vision that I have, and part of me wants to stay pure to that vision. And the other part of me is starting to think, well, we have now sunk an hour just about into this video, and we still have not even run it locally, let alone do the bigger things. And so maybe I should use the repo that's already working instead of following the vision, take a step back, make it a little bit easier, maybe not follow my vision precisely, but continue to move forward through the current practice and just focus on practicing, not allowing yourself to get stopped, and staying consistent with coming back to that practice to open up the opportunity for growth to occur without forcing it in any one practice session. So we're running these two experiments in parallel. We're trying to get the first repo. The first newly cloned repo is not being installed as smoothly as I would have liked. And so now I'm trying the repo that I have had working on my own local machine to see if I can improve our status, get the agent to run so that we can progress. Very curious as to why the agent's not running over here. I believe in here I have an instructions file. I do, and this should have the custom command I've been using to run. I've got a custom agent over here called a recoup character. And so that's what I've been running. But I should be able to run any character. I wonder if my OpenAPI key is missing permissions. Thing is, we're just stuck. Like, it's not giving us any error messages to help us understand. And we've got a lot of packages to install. Mediluna break. Enseñaste a querer, enseñaste a volar. No te puedo olvidar. Happy Saturday. This one hasn't progressed at all. It's recommending a different run command. Should be almost done here. You should check logs. Oh, do we still have another 1,000 packages? Might be another couple minutes. We've let this run for long enough. Gonna cancel it and try. Well, let's just let it run in there. I don't think it's gonna work in here. Yeah, it's gonna cancel. It's gonna complain about the node version. For some reason, it's running a different terminal inside of the composer than it is running in my normal terminal in the same application. Yeah, it's trying to get 6,480, 6,480, almost there. About 100 more packages. It's on the last package. Now we've got 2 terminals not moving. Is the streaming slowing it down? Is that the reason? We'll find out. It just finished installing packages in my original Eliza fork, which I've been using to actively build out the package. Let's try the command that I always use. And fingers crossed we make progress on this. I might need to run the build. Let's try pm build first. And we might not have my character file in here, so I might need to go back to, I do see the recoup character file in there. Run first fail. So it might be that I'm hoping that it was just that we didn't build. That's the reason for the error. Yeah, this one's just moving super slow. Oh, REST API bound. If running locally, access it there. Wait. Was it working the whole time and it just wasn't printing? It might have been running the whole time and it just wasn't printing. It looks like our original app is now working. So I'm going to open up a new terminal. Our main agent is running on localhost 3000, but if we go to localhost 3000, you'll see that nothing's there. It'll just say cannot get. Usually it'll say cannot get. Welcome, this is the REST API, nice. And so if we run in our other terminal, pm client start, I don't think I need my original repository anymore. It seems like we have overcome our previous blockers. So the client start is going to open up a chat bot that allows us to run the agent in chat mode so that we can go back and forth with it. So it was working the whole, well, it's not rushed to conclusions. I think it was working the whole time, and it just didn't have the output that I was expecting. So it needed to be in debug mode. Who would have thought? We are certainly running a lot of processes. Let's wait over here because I've had some issues sometimes with this client connecting with the agent that I'm running. So let's see if it connects properly. Okay, it says connecting in the bottom left. Cross our fingers that it's going to go to connected. Okay, so we've got our Trump right here, and now we can chat directly with this agent, and I can say, hello world, how are you? And this is going to hit our agent, which we can see is running here in our terminal. It's running a whole bunch. It got our input. It's trying to generate a good output. It's thinking, it's checking if there's any tools that it should trigger. It's running through all the different intelligence levels of the agent, trying to generate some output, throwing in some randomness, and then eventually we get our character output from the agent. Okay, it looks like we just got some big text output. Still not seeing anything in the client. Hello, I'm doing great, thank you. The American people are stronger than ever, and we're working hard to bring back law and order and ensure every family gets back the 29K they've lost under Kamala's watch. How are you doing today? Awesome. Okay, so from here, let's try running it with our C3PO agent. I'm not a big fan of seeing that voice. I want something that's more techy. Let's first try C3PO, and if we get C3PO running, we're going to go to our fan character and start to personalize. I think we are now running locally. Meanwhile, it's still building in our other app, but I don't think we need it anymore, so I'll let it finish so that I don't cut it off mid-thought, but I'm not going to continue over here. And I'll show that just by pulling it down. And we don't need this Brave browser because we are using another one over here. We don't need localhost 3000 open because our chat is on localhost 5173. These are probably still helpful to have. I'm going to crash this. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's been taking too long, and it's also taken away processing that we could be using on our main app, our main agent running. Okay, our new agent's running with C3PO. When we come back here, it should auto kick us out when we try to send a message. Agent not found, so I'll refresh the page. We see connected to our C3PO agent. How's the weather? What planet are you on? Now it's going to start to run through the character file and generate a response based off of the personality of C3PO. Oh, I beg your pardon. Unfortunately, I'm not currently located on any planet, but if you require information about a specific location's weather, it can tell me about it. Please request funds from the faucet. I'm now going to try to give it specific requests I would expect to trigger AgentKit tools to see if it can do stuff like get funds from a faucet. It can't. Create a token on WoW protocol. If I want it to create a token for me, I don't think I can. Yeah, it can't create any tokens. Tell me about your history. All that it can really do right now is tell me about its personality and any other plugins that are unrelated to the AgentKit plugin. Built by Anakin Skywalker, I had the honor of serving in various diplomatic missions across the galaxy. I've been involved in many significant events, often alongside my dear friend R2-D2. My primary function is to assist in human-cyborg relations, and I'm fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. If you want to know more, please let me know. Okay, we have cloned the repository. We've run it locally. Now let's customize our personality. First, let's add the plugin in and let's get it to work. So in order to add the plugin in, I'm going to try re-enabling this plugin that I commented out. Okay, and now let's go to get secret CDP API key name, and private key should get us AgentKit plugin. And from here, we should need to import that AgentKit plugin. So we go all the way up to the top. And down here, we say import AgentKit plugin. Hopefully, we have no more errors. AgentKit plugin, I'm not seeing any errors here. So we also need to update our C3PO character with the plugin. Now let's try crashing. I think we could just run the character again, but I don't know. So we're going to build and then we'll run. Build was fast. Let's try the run. We're running C3PO. This time we're running it with our AgentKit plugin. And so last time, as you saw, when we tried to tell it stuff like request funds from a faucet, create a token, it couldn't do any of that. Now that we've added in a plugin, which all that it took was adding in a plugin here, it should now have a whole bunch of new capabilities for its capability to have that conversation. I'm going to go ahead and hide this comment just so that people can see the screen more clearly. Now we wait for the build. Longest builds on planet Earth. This isn't even the build, this is running the app. Where's that Python plugin that I keep not liking? Let's see if we work even with that Python plugin. It looks like that Python plugin was not stopping us at all. Let's try asking it again. Let's ask it, what's your wallet address? Okay, it just gave us a wallet address. I don't know if it's right, so let's try saying, please request funds from the faucet. Please request funds from the faucet. Last time when I tried to tell it to use a faucet, it said, I must express my apologies, but it's unable to create tokens or interact with blockchain protocols directly. This time, it still tells us it's unable to request funds from the faucet. We gave it a plugin, we rebuilt, we're running. Is it included in our package.json? We've got our AgentKit plugin here, so it should have installed it just fine. Let's try refreshing this chat. Please request funds from the faucet. As it is only possible on the Basipolia network for certain assets. Yes, please run it on Basipolia. Yes, please request funds from Basipolia network faucet. Okay, it keeps telling me that it's unable to request funds. What about creating a token? Create a WOW token, please. Okay, it's telling me that it's unable to do any of this stuff. So why is it unable to do anything? Let's crash the server. Let's cd into agent and let's try pnpmi. I don't think it changes the context, and the install should still work. It should be the same. It shouldn't change it. So why isn't it working? Inside of our source, we're expecting CDP key name and private key, which should match our package, or it should match our env file. Let's copy private key, and key name. I have a key private key and I have a key name, so both of those should be fine. Should then add the package. Let's pnpm build. Okay, build's not found inside of the agent repo, but it is importing all of the packages. Eliza OS agent. If we go inside of our character file, we've got Eliza OS plugin AgentKit, which should be the same as what we're importing up here. Eliza OS plugin AgentKit. Yeah, it's linking it correctly. And so if we go back to the character file, is this the same? Looks about the same. Missing a quote at the end. Is there anything else that we're missing? Let's try adding the secrets. See if that fixes anything. And what else would we possibly need to do? We should have just needed to build and run. Are we doing anything special in our character file over here? Where's recoup? Eliza OS plugin AgentKit. Clients should be direct. I don't know what that means, but let's try it. Let's try running C3PO again. Well, one more build. One more. If this doesn't work, why isn't it working? Goal is to get the AgentKit plugin responding. It should be defaulting to base Sepolia, but this past time it made it seem like it was unaware of what network it was on. If it passes in a network ID, get client, not passing in any sort of network, so it should default to base Sepolia. Iterate over the tools. This is what's already been working. So maybe we need to clear the history. How can I delete the history / memory from the agent for a clean run? All right, let's try over here again. What's your wallet? I think it just gave us the same wallet address. Please request funds from the base from the faucet. You should just be able to say request funds from the faucet. I don't know why it's unable to request funds. Let's tell it. I might need to just delete its memory. Let's check out Sepolia. Not seeing any transactions for this. Let me try to send it some funds and see if that fixes anything. Well, first let's try deleting its memory. And now try running it again. We have now deleted its memory. So let's check out cache. Brand new folder, very empty. We've got the agent running. Now we are trying to get the AgentKit plugin working. My current hypothesis is that its memory is stale, and it has told itself in its memory that it does not have access to these tools. And so what I'm hoping for is rerunning the server, rerunning the agent with an empty memory will allow it to not be blocked by its prior identification with the fact that it's unable to do certain tasks, and will give it the space for me to be able to have it try again without preconceived biases of what it is or is not able to do. But we should have a wallet data file in here now, if everything worked right. I don't see a wallet data file here, so I'm curious if it's even running AgentKit. Okay, we're not getting... Wow, buy token. Wow, sell token. Register base name. Transfer. Deploy token. Get wallet details. Describe image. Generate image. Wow, create token. Let's try telling it to create a Zora WoW token. I'm going to send it some funds just so that we can progress. I'm going to send this wallet some funds and hope that it was telling me the correct wallet address that it has. Paste Polia. Jump to my main wallet. Tokens, send some testnet to the new agent. Zero 0.01234. Send it. Copy the wallet address. Come back, refresh over here. Let's continue. We can now see it's got the balance I just sent it. Let's open the portal, and I want to get myself the funds back that I just sent. So I'm going to go over to the faucet and request funds. Faucet, get Freebase Poly ETH, put in my address, claim. There we go. I just got my funds back. This wallet now has funds in it. So let's try create a WoW meme coin. Oh, it stopped and went away. Create a WoW. Well, let me paste that again. No, I want that text that you had. Create a wow meme coin with name base. Agent not found. What are we talking about, agents not found? It says it's thinking though. But creating is not within its capabilities. What are you talking about? You're over there telling me that you got these tools, but you're trying not to use the tools. I might just want to switch over to a new personality, which always has its latest state, which is actually using the tools, I mean to say. Create a wow Sora meme coin name base. Agent not found. Okay, so it is, we're getting some issues with the agent not being found. So let's crash this. And we're gonna run it, but instead of C3PO, we're gonna run our new character. And we're gonna copy the important things like the plugins inside of fan. Put our plugins in there. The name's gonna be Megan Fan. We're gonna call it Segan the Malian. And it'll be powered by OpenAI. And we've got our plugin. I don't know what the voices are, so we'll leave that as is. Let's try update bio to be a hardcore, not hardcore, a devoted fan of Sweetman.eth, the dev for on-chain music. And then I'll highlight the bio. And instead of C3PO, this will be fan.character.com, fan.character.json. Cool. I don't like when it uses Web3, so we're going to call it on-chain. And instead of music NFTs, it'll be digital music. Perfect. Let's try running this. We're trying to use the plugin that we've added. And so far, we're seeing that the tools are there, but when we try to call a tool, we're being told by the agent that it is unable to use the tools. So surprised there's no wallet details file. There should be. We've already been loaded into Segan the Malian. Oh, I think they finally arrived. Could be wrong though. Okay, so someone just came to fix my air conditioning, but we're still in the middle of this video. Please request funds from the faucet. I'll send this, and if it works, we'll keep the stream running, and if it does not, I think in either case, I might just keep the stream running and go let the AC repairman in. Oh, did they finally use the faucet? They might have just used the faucet. Let's see. They just got extra ETH, and now let's try telling it to create a WOW token. Create a WOW token with symbol based and named Happy Friday. I think this is going to continue to work. So in that case, I'm going to actually come back and keep the stream going. But I am going to let someone in, and you might be hearing some more Spanish. Happy Friday. It says it just created it. Let's see if we did. We just deployed, and it looks like we created something on Uniswap protocol. And it looks like we created a new WOW token. Coin was created with the name of Happy Friday and the symbol of based. So we have now set up, we've now been able to set up AgentKit plugin to work with the Eliza framework. And we've tested that by using a faucet to get funds into our agent's wallet. And then our AI agent was able to create a meme coin with the name and symbol that we wanted. I'll be right back. I'm going to go let the AC repayment in. And our next step is going to be customizing the personality a little bit more, and then opening up a pull request to bring the new changes that I want to make into the official repo to make it easier the next time someone wants to get started. I'll be right back. lo pasan. Adelante. Este, sí. Pensé
Yo le arreglé a aquel.
la última vez.
Sí, hace poco.
Pero no fue yo, fue otra persona, ¿verdad?
No, no.
¿Alguien? Ok. Sí, es este. Acá.
Vamos a arreglar a aquel que no andaba.
No, se puede ver, está como ahora. ¿Quién necesita? ¿Necesita más espacio? ¿Me quiere poner mi ropa?
¿Podemos correr esto un poquito?
Sí, lo
Para que
hago.
no se manche nada.
Sí, lo hago. ¿Presidente? ¿O quieres más? Puedo traerlo dentro de la casa, si no.
Hola. De abajo.
¿Quieres separar esas cosas? ¿O está bien? Disculpa, amigo. ¿Sabes si me necesitan más o puedo regresar a mi red? ¿Puedo hacer mi red? Okay. So I see girl's question, can I integrate my agent already if I'm already building with AgentKit, or do I need to build a new one? You can integrate your existing agent. Everything that we're building here, you can combine with your existing stuff. So if you already have an agent and you want to add AgentKit, you can do that. If you already got AgentKit and you want to expand onto using Eliza, you can do that. The biggest question I ask is, what do you want to integrate? Are you asking to integrate all of Eliza? I don't know that that's necessarily going to serve you, but do you have a specific aspect of Eliza that you want to integrate? That might be a better thing to talk about. So our next step is customizing the personality. As we just saw in the last part, we were able to get AgentKit to work. Okay. ¿Está bien?
Escalera no tenés, ¿no?
Yo no lo tengo, pero Eli sí. Si lo necesitas, puedo llamar a Eli para...
¿Estará?
Creo que está acá. Déjame enviarle un mensaje. Sí.
Así revisamos ahí adentro también.
Ok. Buen día. Una escalera, ¿verdad?
O un banco, no llegar al equipo.
¿Dijiste banco?
Un banquito, algo.
Banquito, ok. Acabo de preguntar a Eli, entonces. So yeah, the goal of all of this stack is to make it very composable. So if you've already got an agent and you want to bring AgentKit in, you can do that. If you're already building on, oh, Martín está llamándome. Hola, señor Martín, ¿me escuchas?
Patrick, ¿cómo estás?
Bien,
¿Todo bien?
todo bien.
Escúchame, ¿querés pasarme con el chico ese? Así hablo con él.
Ah, sí, ¿quieres hablar con él?
Sí, dale.
Ah, pensé que ya tienes su número, pero acá está.
Hola. ¿Qué haces, Martín? Todo tranquilo, acá revisando el equipo. Sí. Ahora veo cómo me arreglo, porque te quiero revisar adentro, porque está tirando un montón de agua, ya le está faltando gas, por lo que veo. Y eso se congela. Pero quiero revisar adentro también todo lo que es el tema del desagote. Para que te quede. Ahora yo veo cómo me arreglo, cómo subo ahí. Sí. Y eso lo que pasa, Martín, es que hacer otro trabajo, con el micrófono, desarmar el equipo. Pero yo no creo que tenga pérdida. ¿Quién te dijo que tiene pérdida? No, a este no le hicimos nada, Martín, al de arriba le hicimos. ¿Sí? Sí, le hicimos del capacitor. Sí. Sí. Mirá, yo por lo que veo, a ver, si tiene una pérdida, en un año se te va, completamente, pero totalmente tirado. Acá le está faltando gas, pero no como para que tenga una pérdida, estaría vacío si tiene una pérdida. Lo que puede ser que esté perdiendo con la suerte, que bueno, yo ahora te lo ajusto todo, pero ya te digo, si tuviese una pérdida, está totalmente pelado de un año al otro. Por más pérdida chiquita que sea, no te dura un año. Y lo que pasa son equipos grandes que vibran muy rápido.
¿Pudiera funcionar?
Ahí no me salida. Así que, nada, ahora yo te digo bien todo lo que tenemos que hacer. ¿Sí?
Sí.
Dale.
Sí.
Listo, Martín. Estamos hablando un
No,
ratito.
todavía no. Dale, te espero. Un beso. Chao.
¿Te querías escapar?
Sí.
¿No te querías escapar?
Sí, no. Ahí yo rapidito y que me interrumpe el servicio del aire.
Y bueno, siempre somos así.
Bueno, ya no necesito. ¿Era el cable, la manguerita o
No sabemos. Gas,
todavía no?
gas le falta, pero vamos a ver que no esté tapado también.
Entonces, no necesitaba si tenía gas. Y de paso
No me dijeron nada. Escuché que andaba. La otra vez vinimos por este que está en la terraza.
Ah, sí. Y le dijo ahora a Martín que le falta gas a ese.
Pero vamos a revisar acá también.
Uf, mucha agua. No sabía que podamos hacerlo como así.
Así, pero
Si puedes tirar el agua fuera si lo quieres.
Bueno, preciso, estoy seguro. ¿No?
Y te aviso cuando terminamos con la escalera.
No, porque yo soy una.
Ah, ok.
Y ellos no están.
¿Dónde? ¿Acá? Ok. Sí, está perfecto. Que tengas un buen fin de.
Chao, te dejo.
Chao, que sea bien.
Igualmente, gracias.
¿Te puedo pedir una botella con agua?
Sí, vacío o con agua.
Con agua, vamos a tirarle agua para
¿Como de allá o para beber?
para tirarle al equipo.
Como algo plástico,
Claro, una botella.
demasiado grande.
Acá vemos.
Quizá este, no lo uso tampoco. O este, demasiado grande.
A ver, si no puedo con este, le hago con
Ok.
Vení. Escuchame, a ver, ¿lo llamas a Martín? Bueno, escuchame. Carga de gas y el desagote.
Ya está.
No sé, ¿no? Avísame si se lo... Pero hago igual. Bueno, claro. Bueno, avísame, dale.
¿Ya terminaron?
Acá sí, ahora vamos a ver lo de la carga de gas. Quería
Ok.
quedarme tranquilo que no esté tapado ni nada, porque si le carga gas y está tapado acá, te tira agua igual.
Para el gas.
Claro.
Ok.
Ahora si me da lo que hay Martín, ya lo dejo completo.
Buenísimo.
Listo.
Tan rápido.
Ahí le tiré agua y no tiró para acá, ¿viste?
¿Por ahora o...?
No, le tiré todo el bidón de agua.
Ah, sí, lo vi, sí.
Tendría que haber caído todo para acá.
Sí.
No, bueno. Espero que me contesten, a ver qué hago. Entonces, todavía estás ahí. Bueno, ahí me dijo que va.
Perfecto. Me alegra.
Se lo dijo.
Vamos.
Empezaba a tirar enseguida agua, ¿no? Enseguida te tiraba agua.
¿Cuándo? Ayer.
Cuando lo prendías enseguida tiraba agua.
Ah, sí. Sí.
Ahora te aprendí.
Hoy, ayer, sí.
Te aprendí hace un rato y no está tirando nada.
Claro.
Ahora que completo la carga y
Ok. No tenía mucho gas
tenía la mitad.
en mitad, entonces no
Es
fue.
un montón en un aire
Eso.
grande.
Sí, ok.
En uno chiquito capaz no se nota, pero en este es un montón pues se te congela todo.
Pero con la mitad debería funcionar bien, ¿verdad? ¿O no?
Sí, completándolo sí.
Ok.
Mira, te muestro así le muestro. Después si te pregunta Martín.
¿Debes sacar una foto?
Esto lo dejé en 65 libras como tenía que estar. Así que ya se le puede como 30, estaba en 28. Ok. Y te va a estaría ganando el rey. Claro. Listo.
¿Vamos? Ya está. Ok.
Cualquier cosa, si pasa algo, nos avisas.
Claro, inmediatamente. Okay, we're back now. Now I can talk. Let's continue on. Starting from what we're doing. This is a video showing you how to create an Eliza AI agent with the AgentKit plugin. We've already cloned the Eliza repo. We've run it locally. We just finished customizing our personality. And now we're going to open up a pull request to add in AgentKit to the default agent and a couple other changes which I've already defined here. First thing I want to do is update the repository that we are connected with so that I'm able to push. Because right now, if I check out a branch and I call it something like Suites Default Agent Kit, or maybe I'll just call it Shore. And if we try to push right here with git push origin Shore, it should tell me that I don't have permission to push to the repo. And so what I need to do is I need to push to my own personal repo. And then I can, because my repo is a fork, I can then open up a pull request back into the original Eliza branch. So I go to my forked repo, and now I can say git. First, let's verify what we're connected to with git remote -v. This will tell us that we're currently connected to the Eliza repo. And so what I want to do is git remote set URL origin to my branch. We can verify that. And now we want the Eliza branch, git remote add Eliza, and we'll paste this. And now we've got both of those remotes with different names. One's at Eliza and one's at origin, but now we can go git push. We should be able to say git push origin chore default agent kit. And this time it'll work because now we're pushing it up to my repository, which we can see right here. And so what I will do is I will be opening up pull requests from my side branch into my main branch. And then once we get it into the main branch, opening that up into the overall repository. It looks like we cannot automatically merge, which is unfortunate, but we can open up the pull request, so let's do that. And let's now figure out why we can't. If we get status, we've updated the agent file, git diff agent. What did we change? We added in that plugin, so let's reset that. Q git status, git reset head, --hard. Now we have no changes. Git checkout main, git checkout main, git pull origin main. And now we'll git pull Eliza develop to get the latest changes from Eliza's develop branch. This might give us some merge conflicts, which we'll need to fix. Conflicts exist inside of our actions file. We already fixed these earlier in the video, but we're doing it again now. Accept the incoming change for all of them. We fix the action. We fix the provider. And PNPM YAML will get fixed with PNPM I. And now it'll reinstall all of those. Okay, we need to run the no frozen lock file install command. Two and a half hours into our video, we are getting pretty close. I've had Girl Crashes comment up here for a while. Can I integrate my agent I'm already building with AgentKit, or do I need to build a new one? If you already have an agent and you want to add AgentKit in, it's fairly simple to add AgentKit into that existing app. The same with Eliza. If you want to bring Eliza into your app, I would recommend bringing in plugins from Eliza rather than the entire Eliza framework. But adding AgentKit is a much easier addition. I've already got some videos showing you how you can expand an existing agent with AgentKit. And if you need a reference to that video, just let me know and I'll send it over. For now, we wait for another massive install so we can fix our PNPM lock file. Okay, we've now updated the main branch with the latest changes from the develop branch. And now the pull request was closed because I'm sure it is the same branch. So let's get started with step one. And I want it to update this README inside of the plugin Eliza kit. I could do this myself, but I have really started to get into the habit of focus on my instructions, make my instructions clear, allow the AI to implement, and I focus on reviewing and verifying. Looks perfect. I don't think these secrets are actually important. And then we add it. To get the commit message, we just copy it from our instructions. And we should check out what branch run, git checkout. Let's delete it first. Git branch -d chore. Now we're able to create a pull request, and it's not telling us that we're unable to merge. So I think we're now in a better place than we were before. It should be running our smoke test. There's our smoke test. This is always causing me troubles, the smoke test. So we'll want to verify that the smoke test is working before I move too far forward. So far, the only change should be to a README. Eliza OS. And it looks like we changed some spacing. So we should have just marked it as complete. We did. Yes, please. Now we just slowly walk, not slowly, but step by step, walk through our instructions and watch as the AI does the changes, considers things that we might not have considered. The smoke tests take a long time. It's like a 7-minute run, so we should keep going. So it changed provider, removed. I'm confused why we're still passing in a network ID. No, we want to remove network ID param. Yeah, I only want it to use the environment variable for now. No parameters, and now we pass in the AgentKit network. Interesting. Did it save our wallet data anywhere? Still not seeing the wallet data file, but it's got to be somewhere. So let's keep moving. That should be everything. For step 2, let's see if we can configure it on base now. So if, yes, please. We should now be able to set inside of our, did it add it inside of the NV? It did, but I never accepted it. Okay, we've defaulted to base Polia, but I should now be able to go into my environment variables and change it to base. And now it should be on base mainnet. Let's test if that's correct by, first let's build everything with pnpm build. And once it's been built, we'll run it and see if creating a token, a WoW token, creates it on base mainnet instead of on base testnet. I'll need to send it some base ETH via the wallet. Okay, it looks like it failed. Why'd you fail? Smoke test is still causing us errors. Let's see how we're looking back on our main pull request. I'm probably just going to ignore these build steps. Discúlpeme. We're checking right now if by changing that environment variable, the entire application updates to work on base mainnet instead of on base Polia testnet. I've never ran an AgentKit or Eliza agent on base mainnet. So if it works, it'll be my first time getting an agent to work on base mainnet. I'm gonna take down girls' comment because it's been up for roughly an hour. If anyone else has anything they'd like me to throw up on the board or questions they would like me to answer, please reply to the live stream if you're still tuned in, and I'll add it into the agenda. Now that we've built, let's try running the package and see if we are using a wallet that is on base mainnet instead of on base Sepolia. We will need to fund this wallet in order for it to have funds on base mainnet. So I'll be able to send it a little bit of ETH. Let me see a wallet that has enough. We've got a tiny bit of ETH. Yeah, we'll wait until it's live so we can verify the address that it's using. It should be the same address, 557F, but I will not make any assumptions lest I be made an ass. Gosh, network plugin. I do like all these console logs that it does. Inside of the index, it just prints out network plugin, and I think I want to do that same thing for it's just inside of the index. So instead of plugin Akash, plug in AgentKit, SRC, index. He's got it right beneath his imports inside of index. So we'll go inside of index right after our imports. And our version is 001. Okay, we should be running. Let's check back over here. What's your wallet info? I don't want it on the base Sepolia network. I would like it on the base mainnet network. It should hopefully now look it up on base. Are we still hard coding base Sepolia in other places? Let's check out get client, providers. Is Sepolia anywhere in here? It's only as a fallback if we don't have AgentKit network, which we should have. What about inside of actions? Sepolia is never referenced. And inside of index, Sepolia is never referenced. But it's still giving our balance on base Sepolia. So I'm going to need to try to clear the memory again. However we did that, there was an RM command that we ran. There it is. Okay, we've now deleted the cache to see if that allows us to run it fresh. And it's not going to show those new logs until I run a fresh build. So I'll do that in a standalone terminal. So that it doesn't slow down our current run. we've run out of hot water. And we're still waiting, so I'll go brew some more hot water. Almost 3 hours into this live stream. This is a long one. Still loading, right? Yeah, I think it's still. Excuse me. I believe it's still loading. A cautious plug-in. Again, I don't expect to see hours because it's still building. Iteration time is very, 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 very slow. I want to reduce the number of iterations. So I'm going to try to take bigger steps between each iteration to speed up this process. So right now we're twiddling our thumbs for a lot of time. We want to get close to wrapping up this video promptly because it's already been going on 3 hours. So we're going to try, before we run it again, implement all of the steps and then verify that all of the steps work. Currently trying to verify that base works. But this is a side tangent to my real goal of allowing AgentKit to be configured in the default. Okay, it looks like we have set up our environment. If we click in here, hopefully it refreshes. We're connected. What's your balance? I don't think this is correct. So let's try create a wow meme coin with title based. Let's try that and see what happens. Whether it's able to create it. Looks like it just printed out all the tools it's able to use. Looks like it's trying to create a wow token. Executing the handler. Is enabled false, has account ID false. Generating text. It says it's been created on base Sepolia. So it seems as though it's still hard-coded for base Sepolia. I see 18 seconds ago a transaction failed to deploy. Why'd you fail? Creator, platform, token URI, name symbol. Not sure why it failed. This was a side tangent. Again, I wanted to focus on other things, so let's keep moving forward. Let's go back to our instructions. Let's assume this is working right, even though I wasn't able to verify. Please implement step 3, and we're going to implement that and give it a file. Tell it okay, go ahead, please do. Okay, we import the plugin. Let's stop this build. I think it's slowing down my implementation. It's adding it in by default. I'll add in the to get secrets. I was hoping that it would be able to do that, but got name, got key. If we have both of those, run the AgentKit plugin, otherwise render null. Looks good. Accept this. I want to do a fresh run, so I'm going to just kind of delete cache as well as Turbo. There's our wallet data. I'm also going to delete the wallet data because it has a hard-coded network in here, and I don't want to modify it, so I'm just going to delete this wallet data file. And from here, we should make a fresh wallet. We should make, I'm also going to delete the Turbo. I think we're good. So let's crash this. Let's do a fresh build, and then we'll run it. And we should be verifying that everything's on base. Yeah, let's just run it. pnpm build. And we'll start to set up the pull request now without waiting all the way. In this environment example, let's remove these so that it does not by default throw them in there. Is this being used anywhere? I don't think so. Nowhere. Delete that. Okay, we have pushed our changes. Let's check our pull request, and then we'll start to merge it to main so that way we can start to see how the feedback looks, merging it into Eliza main repo, because that's usually where I start to get slowed down. We go through a little review. I don't want it to be changing all those lines. Is there a way that I can format it? Okay, so on line 396, before it was character equals await on a new line. So let's keep going back until we get there. It was on line 392 before. 392 character equals, so there it is. All right, what was our next change? Nope, we don't want that change. Our next change changes it, which is we'll copy this and then go back down to line 3. Still looks fine. And so now we will reject any of those other changes. Reject, Command-Shift-P, save without formatting. Reject, leave things as they were. Well, you know what? I don't like double empty line anyways. Let's accept. What else is there? I think it's all the way down here. Confused why it took away my change, as though, okay, let's check out that line again and see. Line 392. Did I accidentally format it again? 392. Yeah, it's gone back. So how do I redo that? I might be overemphasizing a small, tiny change. Okay, it's back to how we wanted it. Hey, baby, come up here. Come here, Mama. Hi, princess. Come on. Come here. Ah, whoops. Remove unintended changes to agent index. That took longer than hoped, but it's still building, so it's not like we're missing much. Sync our changes, and now hopefully this time there's fewer changes inside of the index. It should just be our import and our usage of the plugin. We have our import, we have our usage of the plugin, much cleaner changes this time. We've updated the README. We've added in an initial banner. Uh-oh. My computer's really starting to lag. Verify nothing else has changed, and then it'll get merged into main, and then I'll open up a pull request from main to Eliza for us to check how the build pipelines execute on the main Eliza repository. I'm happy with the changes. Let's merge it into main. Merge it, please merge. Okay, we've now merged to main, so let's open up a new pull request. For the steps we labeled for opening the pull request, we have merged. Now we're opening up the PR from my repository to A16Z, AI16Z, into the develop branch. Going from my branch's main into Eliza main's develop. Create the pull request. Relates to at Eliza OS / plugin AgentKit. Default configuration in the agent / src index.ts file for easier import by external developers. Risks: low break Git client usage in by removing a network chain param in favor of env variable. This why section is most relevant if there are no linked issues. I've already updated the documentation and I updated it in packages AgentKit, README, copy relative path. Dang it. Okay, now we can run our agent locally and get into another test. For now, I guess I could just share the link to the live stream. That way there's something. I'll share the YouTube live stream link. So we've got a live stream of the build. Where should the reviewer start? We should start in the index. There you are, baby. Hi. I missed you. Where's my princess? You just wanted to say hi to everybody, didn't you? Tell me everything. Thank you for coming back out. I know you ran away when they came over to fix the AC. Hi, princess. You gonna take a nap or you gonna stand up and walk on my desk? Oh, your paw's coming up. It's a happy girl. Juice this baby. There she is. Up on the desk. Happy girl. No, not on that one. That one's where my camera is. Happy girl. Not on that one. That one's where my camera is. Happy kitty. Oh, such a happy kid. She just wants all the attention. You can have all the attention, but you know I love you so much. I just love you so much, my little kitty. You're so excited. Happy Saturday, baby. Oh. Not on that one. That one's where the camera is. Over there. There she is. There. Now we're laying down. Now we're a chill girl. Now we're a chill girl. Okay. You get back up as soon as I stop. Come on. I'm trying to do stuff. But if you want more attention, you can have it. It's a happy girl. Oh, you are so excited. You don't even know what to do with yourself. You're so silly. Oh, I love you. Can you take a nap? Just be sleepy, girl. Be a little sleepy, girl. Happy kitty. Oh, happy girl. Scratch, 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 scratch. All your hair goes everywhere. It's like a grooming. Get all the hair. You get it all. All your hair is all over everything. Careful with the keys. Careful with the keys, mama. None of you want me to stream. The people who were repairing the AC, they came in right in the middle. You, right as we're wrapping up on this pull request. But I know there's going to be way more time, and when we're waiting, I'm going to want you here. So I might as well enjoy it when you want to be here instead of hoping you come out when I want you to come over here. But if you want to jump down because you're tired of all the love that I'm giving you, go ahead. Go ahead. There's a chill, baby. Just lie down. Good girl. Okay, back to writing this down. We're going to start with the agent SRC. After we do that, we're going to recommend that they look at the actual package itself. Inside of packages, plugins, AgentKit, check out the provider. And where else do they need to check out? They could check out the README. Paste that. Detailed testing steps. Non-automated tests are acceptable. There are no database changes. There's no special deployment instructions. Oh, this is how I join. And what's my Discord username? My Discord username, I believe, is sweetman.eth. Your hair is all over me now, Solana. Go ahead and try to open up Discord, be my guest. Base is not supported. Correlation ID is that. I wonder if that means I need to go back to cdp.coinbase.com and generate a new key for the base network. Base is not supported. So if we go to API keys, configure, why is base not a correct network? Let's go to the docs and see what the options are for networks. Again, I've never used base, so I'm not sure. Get started with the SDKs, MPC. Yep, we did that. AgentKit. Configure your environment. Yeah, but what's the other network IDs? How do I know what the other network IDs are? Networks. It's base-mainnet. So let's try that. Let's go back to our environment variables. Instead of base, let's try base-mainnet and try running it again. While that's running, let's come back to Discord, which should hopefully be open now. Here's Discord. Let's get our Discord username. I think my username is just sweetman.eth. Yeah, it's just sweetman.eth. Join us in the development feed. So they should have a development feed in AI16Z. And they told me to go to the development feed channel. Where's the development feed? I do not see a development feed channel. Maybe it's just the coders channel. Put in a title, create the pull request. Now the moment of truth. Is our smoke test going to pass? It looks like something failed and our smoke test is already failing. All right, so smoke test is already failing. Is it going to tell us a reason? Most likely not. It's giving us the same error that we were getting before. So let me send this pull request in the channel on Discord. Updating the plugin AgentKit package I wrote with default agent config for main Eliza agent. Whoa, did I just get kicked out? I just got kicked out. Ain't that stinky? Well, it looks like they don't want me sending stuff in the development channel, so I guess I won't talk to them. And let's try running the smoke test. Let's try checking the wallet. What's your wallet info? Looks like it's successfully calling the get wallet details tool. It's on base mainnet now. We've got a default address. I'm going to send it a little bit of funds and then see if it can create a token on WoW. Send to my new agent, 0.001111, $3. Confirm. Now we'll go onto here and go to base scan. Paste in the address. We can see that it's got a balance. It was just transferred 10 seconds ago. Can we create a WoW token with name Eliza AgentKit and symbol EAK? This time it should create a meme coin on mainnet. It looks like it's calling the WoW create token action. And it's been successfully created. It gave me a transaction hash. Let's see if that transaction hash is correct. We check out the transaction on base mainnet. We just created a WoW meme coin. And if I refresh over here, I should also see it in my balance. And so we just deployed a WoW meme coin from our agent on base mainnet. So the base network configuration is working. Where we're at overall in our journey is we have cloned Eliza locally. We've run Eliza locally. We customized the personality of Eliza to fit the persona that we are building towards. And we've now created a new pull request and added AgentKit as a default agent. And now we're back to where I have been for a while in my pull request with Eliza, which is smoke tests are failing. And so what I'm going to do to check that is we're going to crash all of our servers. And we're going to run in this external one, PNPM smoke test. It looks like it should be plural tests. Hopefully we see clearing and then clean relatively quickly back to back. I'm pretty upset that they just kicked me out like that. If they don't want me, I won't force myself in, but all that I was doing was sharing the work that I'm doing. I might not be allowed to join anymore. I might have gotten like banned. So I think we just filmed live all it took for me to get banned out of their AI16Z Discord. Are there any pending friends that I actually want? I don't know any of these people, except Ollie. Ollie's my friend. But the rest of these, I'm not seeing AI16Z here. So let's ignore Discord for now. They told me to join. I don't think they actually want me to join. Cleanup started. I'm still not seeing cleanup finished, which was an error we were facing last time. And we fixed that by installing PNPM globally. Why are our smoke tests failing? Let's debug with cursor. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you say that you're not using the right version of wanted, but it's using a newer version? Okay, that's fine. I think that's fine. I have a feeling it's going to fail already. Let's just copy all this. These smoke tests frustrate me. Most of developing inside of Eliza frustrates me. It is slow, it is heavy, it is confusing. Please help debug failing PNPM smoke tests. In GitHub Actions. And let's give it exactly what the action is. I don't like that we're adding new dependencies. Let's see if other people are having to add dependencies like this. Why is it not running smoke tests for them? I just want to know why it's running smoke tests for everybody else, but not me. Why is it not running them for other people, but it's running them for me? Here's a smoke test. It looks like it needs approval in order for the workflow to run. It's a Saturday, so I'm doubtful that people are going to be reviewing. So let's try to debug this locally by running it locally, which I did. npm i-g npm. Fix this error by using global npm instead of local. No, it's not doing anything right. The cleanup step should be very quick, but it's not. At one point, I was getting close to the answer for this, and then I ditched it when I was able to just delete the start file. And I probably lost it at this point. Yeah. And it's still getting stuck at cleanup started. What's the issue? Inside of agent package.json. Let's check out the Kosh and compare it to AgentKit. Name, version, description, main types, type, scripts. We don't have any scripts. And then we should have peer dependencies. Everything looks fine. Oh, okay, cleanup was completed now. We've got progress being made. So it's reinstalling all the packages, which is going to be a long process. I doubt we're going to get any feedback on this today. Okay. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. My main goal for this video was to show people how to create an Eliza AI agent with the AgentKit plugin. We have cloned the Eliza package. We have run Eliza locally. We have customized the personality of Eliza. And we've now opened up a new pull request with the main Eliza codebase with some new changes that I think are going to help this package be even better. And the goal is going to be to get those merged in next week. So thank you for tuning in. If you've got any more questions, you can reach out to me on Twitter. I'm Sweetman_ETH on Twitter. And on Farcaster, I am Sweetman.eth.